So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A first carry now. This is Hill. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Second and 11. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 37.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you. He's checking. Check 3. Pilot, 64. Read. Go out. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Herbert, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. In for the score. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script, because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down. Check. Switch. Back.
Get it.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
15 line.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Watch it.
Deep grip.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, they're natural.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. There he goes right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. He returns the punt 60 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Broncos 14, Raiders nothing.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 20.
It's caught inside the 25. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Herbert. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Point after up and good. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was really easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 6. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
Got it.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Well, maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
50, plant.
Run. He's tight on you. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete. It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
We got 4. We got 4.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Down. 8, read.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey. 4 down.
Protein spill. 2.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
15,
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
90.
Hey, let's get there.
Like, 5.
90 is a mic.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Hey.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Las Vegas sending out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is fielded at the 7. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side. It's Houston. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Come on, set. 30 base.
Off play action. Herbert. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And it's fielded at the 34. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And this defense, Charles, bottom half of the league against the run. That's not going to help their average.
Not at all. When you're getting ready to play against them, in your scouting report, you're actually counting on a certain number of big-time runs against them. They've given them up all year.
SOS. Chance. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Get it.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. On second down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Doesn't take any great analysis on my part. It's been pretty obvious. Last couple plays, these guys have been going in the wrong direction.
Offensive line overwhelmed on those plays. Now, I think it's safe to say going to the air here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. Seibert's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
At their own 25-yard line.
The
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Herbert escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here we go, set, 18 Gator.
What we got? What we got?
Recon, 132 fighter, shoot.
They'll run on first down. Houston. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Off the bootleg. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Complete. Smith has it. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Back to throw. Herbert. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
57's Mike. Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Big
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
57.
Yo, go, go.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Get it.
They're going to look to throw. Looking left sideline. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Go. 15 line. 15 line.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Look at me. Door. Hey, Alpha.
90 is a Mike. 90 is a Mike. Here we go, D. 90 is
Deep river.
Back to throw now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Look at me. Zipper.
90 is a Mike.
Hey, Echo.
Here I come again.
What?
90 is a Mike.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got a man, complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Yep.
Go. 57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Don't let him breathe.
Now.
Here's Jacobs on first and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. On play action, they'll throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Smooth.
You better be afraid of me.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. I got you, boy.
Hey, Haywood.
57 to
Now.
57 to Mike. Hey, they're scared.
Shoot.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Come on, set.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Come.
57.
Hey, orbit.
I got it. Mike's 57.
Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Here we go.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end's right. Hey. You got
5.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And an alley to run. 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 41 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Watch twist.
Check 37. Check 37. Hey, check 24.
80 weapon. Hey, exit. Let's go.
Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 4 yards out. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
My 7. Protein spill.
27's right. Y'all not ready.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. It's caught. Smith. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Mike 57. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Topper!
Tight go.
Hey, Charlie!
Mike's 57's Mike. Hey, come on now, come on.
Say go!
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They will run the draw with Jacobs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
X3, 218, chopper. Get it.
Here's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
General West. Now.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
10-2
off.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another first down. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Jam, 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 jam.
6-6, bullet high.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine.
Ready?
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Check the backer, check the backer.
49, check 49, check 49.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now, there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back.
And there he goes again. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
Got it.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10.
3 down, 3 down.
5.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
61.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on second and 10.
He's coming, he's coming.
Hey, lock it. Get it.
Now a carry for Jacobs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Zoo.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Set, go.
Mike's 57.
Sleep grip. Sleep grip.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Yes, yes.
Check, 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 check.
57's the Mike. Watch 57.
Watch the run. Hey, they're running it.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Now watch run, watch run.
2nd and 1. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Set, ready? 8, read. Protein spill. Snap.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Carrying it out deep for Smith. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Alpha.
From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Haywood. Go.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Ready.
2nd and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
Hey, orbit.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. On first down, It's Jacobs, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Hey, exit.
Brings up second and 7.
X3, 218, chop, 5.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Mike 57. Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. He'll drop to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
90 is the mic.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Deuce, recon, 132 fighter. 5.
90 is the mic.
Hey,
Let it go.
back and go full strength.
Snap.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run on 1st down. Houston, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Houston. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Back to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah,
Then
that's
with
right.
the Eagles?
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Houston. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Ready. 8 lead.
But Charles, it's one thing to